Newlands in Cape Town waits expectantly for the clash between the 2012 Super Rugby champions, the Chiefs, and the 2012 log leaders, the Stormers. It's a perfect day in Cape Town. Quite a strong wind out of the southeast, but very clear. The young 21-year-old All Black Brodie Retallick, but Liam Messam, who can play anywhere in the back row, 20-test All Black, a key figure, as is Tawera Kurbalo, who will look to unleash what is an extraordinarily exciting back division for the Chiefs. Aaron Cruden will direct things from number 10. Charlie Natai and Tim Nanai Williams, a very exciting midfield combination, with Nanai Williams stepping into the number 13 jersey in the absence of the injured Richard Kahui. Masanga, Tekori Ratuma, two very pacey wings, and Gareth Anscombe going into this weekend the leading point scorer in the competition. No changes in the starting lineup for the Stormers from the team that took the field against the Sharks in Durban last week. Just the two changes on the bench. So in that starting lineup, captained by Springbok captain Jean de Villiers, in place of the injured season captain Skalk Burger. Dwayne Vermeulen, a 7-test Springbok, made his debut for South Africa under Heineke Meyer last season. And Nick Groom, a young scrum half who played a really influential role in the Cape Town-based Western Province's Currie Cup victory last year, still finding his way at this level of rugby. In the absence of injured Springbok Juan de Jong, Damien de Lendi gets another start in the number 12 jersey, with de Villiers playing outside him. But Steenkamp and Becker will be up against Retallick and Clark, which could be pivotal in deciding the outcome of this game, as could the back row battle, Vermeulen, Elstad and Khaleesi up against Messam, Kane and Latimer. The two changes for the Stormers on the bench, the return from injury of Tiaan Liebenberg and Dewald Duvenacher, preferred to Louis Schroeder. Hika Elliott, an All Black, on the bench for the Chiefs this afternoon. And as we take a look at the Western Province jersey of Bob Skinstad in the foreground, the perfect time to introduce him into commentary.
Thanks very much, Matt, and what a beautiful afternoon it is. I can tell you this Chiefs team are used to playing on a fantastic surface. We've seen it in Hamilton. We've won some Tri-Nations games there and a couple of games in Super Rugby. They've been devastating with the back three of theirs running from everywhere. But a surface like this you will not see in the country at the moment. Julian Barnard has prepared it unbelievably. It's an impeccable surface. That man, Craig Clark, knows how important it is to get the ball to his backs and let them rip. On a field like this, they certainly can. We should see Liam Messam and Tanara Latimer and Sam Cane working hard to get the ball on the ground as well. The most capped Chiefs player, Liam Messam, his 99th cap for the franchise this afternoon. Previous best was Sitiveni Sivivatu with 89. Jean de Villiers about to run out for his 85th Stormers appearance, to go along with 84 test matches for his country. Pyrotechnics and deafening sounds. And the Stormers at home for the first time in 2013. Well, it's got to be one of the best home crowds in the game. Around Super Rugby, we've seen the Stormers year after year delivering consistent fan numbers to the stadium, and I can tell you today, it's like having a 16th man on the field. The atmosphere around the stadium has been electric. Everybody is excited. That man, John de Villiers, back in his familiar position of 13, outside Damien Dalendi, a young number 12 who wants to get over that advantage line. That is what's going to help him. The big Dwayne Vermeulen has been very good in 2 difficult games for the Stormers so far.
Well, hopefully Gavin Cowley, pitch side, didn't get too much of a fright from the fireworks. Huge pressure on the halfbacks, Gavin, for the Stormers, Nick Room and Elton Yankees.
Yeah, no question about it. And good afternoon, guys. Yeah, beautiful conditions here, I must say. The Chiefs will be playing into this wind, so to speak, but we know in Stadia how the wind swirls around as well. Jaco Paper in charge, and really the Stormers want to create a fortress here. This is going to be a really tough encounter for them.
Elton Yankees berated for a poor kicking display in the first game, which led to the Stormers losing to the Bulls, and away from home he was much better in that Sharks game.
And it's Elton Yankees who gets us underway for the first time at Newlands in 2013. The defending champion Chiefs, who last played here at Newlands back in 2009, have made the perfect start to their title defence, but come up against the team that has statistically been the best defensive unit in the competition for the last 2 years running.
Well, Kerbala at number 9, a distributor extraordinaire. We can see the coaching team from the Stormers. Robbie Fleck closest to us, Alistair Katsir in the middle, and Matthew Proudfoot in charge of the forwards. The 3 of them were pacing the ground earlier.
First line-out throw for Dion Fourie. It's an area that didn't go well for the Stormers in week 1. Slight improvement against the Sharks last week. That will do the world of good for the Stormers' confidence, setting their maul early on and making immediate progress with it. Fourie back in possession at the tail. He scored a number of tries in a Western Province jersey, a number 6 jersey during the Currie Cup campaign. That has started this season at hooker with Tiaan Liebenberg out injured. Now the cross kick from Yankees for Aplon. Trying to pad it back inside for Joe Peterson. And there was no advantage. Jaco Paper was playing advantage for a side entry as the Chiefs try to defend them all.
Well, Jaco Paper's given that penalty there, but just looking back at what happened, clearly a planned move before, and a great drive from that line out. Lovely control from the Stormers up the middle, and you can see the experience of Craig Clark just sliding up the side of that maul there. Retallick it was as well, and causing a little bit of fracture to the lineup, but the ball was used. It was taken at the base by Nick Room, kicked across the field by Yankees. Unfortunately, that ball was straight into the sun for Gio Aplon. You can see here that Joe Peterson will take the kicking duties. He's been very accurate from the tee.
What about conditions for the kickers, Gavin?
Yeah, a little tricky. It's sort of behind him and slightly across him as well. But Joe Peterson wants to start off well. Yeah, the Stormers have practiced terribly well in the last 2 weeks. It's been mentioned. It's an opportunity for themselves to reward themselves with a good match today. But kicking, as usual, will be a vital part of that.
Well, Joe Peterson got his place in the starting lineup against the Sharks last week due to an injury to Jaco Tauta, who moved from the Lions on loan and picked up an injury in the opening game against the Bulls of Loftus. So Peterson being back in the starting lineup has just allowed the coaching staff to shift a bit of that pressure off Elton Yankees. 216 points in Super Rugby. 13 of them this season, and nailed it. Stormers in front.
Well, it's the start that they wanted, and the crowd, I must say, are absolutely up for this. Enthusiastic. You wouldn't believe that their team had lost the 2 opening games, albeit by a couple of points. I'm sure I'll get chastised for saying that they weren't that far off the money, but the game plan that they've been playing has been much criticised, and certainly one that they'd want to see here today is running rugby, try-scoring rugby, and winning Stormers rugby.
Aaron Cruden, 20-test All Black with the restart. Gio Aplon dodging the first line of defence. The second wave got him easily. De Kock Steenkamp.
Hold. Second back.
Shifted back for Peterson. The wind swirling down that right-hand side of the stadium, as it always does, up against the railway stand. Here's Anscombe.
Stand. Okay.
Peterson was hoping for a substantial bounce forward into the in-goal area, but that's a solid clearance from the Stormers fullback. No opportunity for Tekora Tuma to make the quick throw.
Well, that's a great net win there for Joe Peterson. He was up against the siege gun boot of Francis Steyn last week, and good field coverage from Louis Ludick. All part of that receiving back three on the attacking kicks. Today, Anscombe has been very good with the boots. He's also been quite deft with the little kicks over the top, the grubbers through, causing the pressure that the Chiefs have been able to capitalise on.
First throw for former Samoan captain Mahonri Schwaga. And De Kock Steenkamp got up in front of his man against the throw in favour of the Stormers. And Elstad
Release!
trying to tidy up. Territorial loss for the Stormers, but crucial possession. Becker. The clean out from Khaleesi. Quick ball for Groom. And Lendi with a first touch. Drew the attentions of Tanner Latimer on defence. Malherbe, great tackle from young Sam Cane. All Black debut for him last year after a fabulous Super Rugby season. Groom only had a banner to his left. Good option to take the contact. And back on his feet to make the pass to Yankees. Becker. Managed to get the flick up for Lendi. Slightly untidy ball, beautifully handled by Peterson. Now the Stormers giving it some air to Villiers. At the outside of the boot, awkward one for Anscombe, but he managed to evade the attentions of Brian Habana. But promising from the Stormers, backing themselves with ball in hand. And then a substantial territorial win.
It was a good piece of play from Anscombe. He didn't panic. The Chiefs coaching staff just looking on there, just like their bench, and certainly the kind of anticipation you would expect from any Super Rugby game. But that's a good start for the Stormers. Right and left again. Brian Habana chasing up John de Villiers' kick. Here's another line-out option.
To the tail and Dwayne Vermeulen. Khaleesi. Strong carry from him.
Advantage being played for the Stormers. Becker up the middle.
And a quick pick and go from the Stormers here. Massive momentum. Vermeulen. Huge strength. And inside it goes to Aplon. Brilliant finish. Perfect timing of the pass from Elton Yankees as well. Aplon has his 13th Super Rugby try. The Stormers starting in emphatic style.
Well, take a bow, the Stormers forwards, because there was a good line out, an even better ruck and more formed, and then the lovely little inside pass there from Yankees. He took the attentions of three Chiefs players, Clark and Schwalger. Cruden was brought into that as well, but it was the missed tackle of Latimer close to it, and the pocket rocket is over.
Where's the ball? Easy ball.
Well, the Chiefs have hardly laid a hand on the ball in the first 8 minutes.
Bit of frustration here from both teams. The ball boys are not on their game. They've taken a while to get the ball to Joe Peterson. Not sure if it's going to put any extra pressure on him, because Jaco Paper realised, I think, that the ball wasn't anywhere near him. Not that it's the most difficult kick he's ever taken.
And Peterson adds the 2. Stormers in front by 10.
Well, the Stormers offering a little bit of what the Chiefs have often done as well, and that's the pick and go, which really got that front foot ball there to open up the space for Aplon. Terrific play, Bob, you said it, from the Stormers forwards in carrying that ball up. And the important thing in these first close to 10 minutes now is the accuracy rate really of the Stormers. They've had most of the ball in hand and they've carried it well.
Deep restart from Aaron Cruden. Away for the try scorer, Aplon, and Peterson with the clearance. Safety first. Almost a Chiefs hand on it.
Well, it's just the little things that have been done right by the Stormers in the first couple of minutes. They've made their touches when they've needed to. They've got both of their lineouts. They've managed to do what they wanted from their lineouts. One was a drive, one was a quick move around the back, and they put the pressure on the Chiefs.
And another lineout win for the Stormers on a Chiefs throw. That's 0 from 2 for the Chiefs. And still battling to get any kind of meaningful possession in this contest so far. The hoist from the Yankees has not travelled as far as he would have liked. And the Chiefs are dangerous on the counter. This is Masanga. Kerbalo to the short side.
Bonus 9 offside, 9 blue.
Kerbalo again sniping.
9 offside.
The offside call is against Nick Groom. Well, Clark and Vermeulen initiated the scuffle. Becker quick to arrive. You can sense and have sensed all week the Stormers have felt the pressure that they've been under after the first 2 weeks of their campaign.
Well, tension's running high there. Dwayne Vermeulen's a very physical player. He doesn't always take kindly to stuff that happens off the ball to the other players.
First, the penalty is for offside, number 9 blue, so it's your penalty. I can't play advantage because the first player held back a player at the ruck, and then you played in that space. Don't do it again. You happy with that? Penalty for 9 blue.
So I was the player that cleaned that man out.
Yeah, he needs to take part. He needs to take part in the game. Okay.
Oh, nice little admission there. Gavin, it's happening right in front of you, but Craig Clark said, sorry, sir, I was the player to clean that man out.
That's a lovely way of doing it, isn't it? Stay on the side of the referee. But I think the Stormers have also worked out that, you know, when you're playing against a champion side, take the fight to them. Get in their face. And, you know, Dwayne Vermeulen has a way of doing it, which sometimes maybe is not that acceptable to many parties. But he was very much part of that mix as well.
Well, it's quite right from Jaco Paper. Couldn't play advantage because Craig Clark came in from the side, so he had to go back for the offside. Gareth Anscombe with 41 points in the competition going into this weekend. Just one miss from the kicking tee. 143 in total in Super Rugby. Made his debut against the Chiefs for the Blues last season. And an excellent strike from Anscombe opens the Chiefs account. 21 points against the Highlanders, 20 against the Cheetahs last week.
Yeah, really is a good kicker.
Offside, number 9.
From the tee, he's got a lovely bit of control of the ball as well. An effective attacking kicker, whether it's the long-range ones or the short little nudges over the top or through a back line. Anscombe, so good for the Blues last year.
Yankees with a restart.
Inside.
Shifted away for Anscombe and then Aaron Cruden. Awkward ball, but reclaimed by the Chiefs. The imposing figure of Ben Afiaki, but turned over by the Stormers. Peterson up from fullback with a little chip and chase. Beautifully read by Anscombe. And away for Tikora Ratuma. Now the Chiefs finding some rhythm once they got their hands on the ball. Retallick taken to ground. Kerbalo with a switch in direction. Good spot tackle from Groom. Kerbalo away to Messam. Chiefs will need to show some characteristic patience against this Stormers defensive outfit. Dave Rennie, their coach, very aware during the week that they are up against it. With the Stormers defense, and great work from Elton Yankees and from Khaleesi. The banner switching. Now Aplon. quite what he was doing there, we're not sure. Popping up, looking to get involved, closer to the action. He's been left out in the cold for much of the opening 2 weeks, Gio Aplon. But put an early stamp on this game with a well-taken try. Yankees landing it just inside the field of play. Jaco Paper believes that the penalty will better suit the Stormers, certainly with the wind at their backs. Very kickable.
Yeah, a little bit of chatting, but John de Villiers, I think, walking over to ask Joe Peterson if he wants to have a shot, and they've asked for exactly that. Extraordinary little bit of play that we weren't able to see. Brian Abana put his head down, jogging back to get that clearance kick from the Chiefs, and the ball actually landed behind him, which means that the wind, lovely work there from Ulster. Look at that, just picking up and getting over. It was just Clark and Brody and Retallick that were actually putting the extra pressure on there, and I think just held on to that ball a bit long, which caused the penalty. But that ball actually bounced behind Brian Abana, which meant it was arrested in the sky, which means the Chiefs are really playing into a wind. The Stormers got the wind at their back. That's hopefully for Joe Peterson going to aid what is for him quite a long range kick.
The same measured approach, swinging it from just outside the right-hand upright and immediately cancelling out Gareth Anscombe's three-pointer.
Once again, we saw a really good pick up and go and carry there from the Stormers forwards, and once again, just the execution. Good balance from their team. They've had a lot of possession, though, one must say, but the important thing is they're getting points on the board with that possession.
Frustrating for the Chiefs as well, that after having a period of time in possession, they conceded points straight after a turnover. But straight back onto the front foot. Here's Kane. Cruden drops it onto the boot, and the Chiefs celebrate.
Going upstairs, Dion.
Yes, Jaco.
Try, no try, please.
Well, Elton
Question,
Yankees
try, no try?
looks as though he's also surrendered here. Looked like Charlie Ngatai, who was chasing down. A mistake from Joe Peterson from the kickoff gave the Chiefs the impetus. Here's the chase.
Well, Ngatai's through and he's diving for that. Wow, that's really tough to call.
Well, the Chiefs have made their way all the way back to halfway. Stormers gathered underneath the posts.
Not sure whether he's got control there, but if the ball leaves his hand and goes straight down, then it's probably going to be awarded as a try. But
Dion van Blommenstein making the call.
Jaco,
Yeah,
you
go.
may award the try.
And a
Thank
good
you.
call
Try.
from Dion van Blommenstein. Chiefs respond with a try of their own. Coaching staff of the Stormers will be livid not handling that restart. It was good pressure from Teko Ratuma onto Peterson, but one that he would expect to take.
yeah, basic mistake there from Joe Peterson. Good following up of that Aaron Cruden kick by Charlie Ngatai. We mentioned that the Chiefs are very good with the nudges through, the little chips over the top, and they've got very fast outside backs. You look at the players from Masanga, Nana Williams, Ngatai and Teko Ratuma. All four of them are real pace merchants and great skill, especially following up the good kicks from Anscombe and Cruden.
Gareth Anscombe will not be deterred by the noise in the stadium one little bit. Another beautiful strike from him, reducing the deficit to just 3.
Well, my earlier comments might have put the muckers on the Stormers, though, with that little basic error, and this is where a champion side will always make it work. The underrated little grubber kick, which could bounce anywhere and anyway, but Natai, the man getting his arm on that. First time, really, that the Chiefs have been in the 22 of the Stormers, and they've made it count.
Yankees with a restart. Good early call from Brodie Retallick. How he burst onto the Super Rugby and international scene in 2012. Chiefs again opting to drop it onto the boot. Really well read by Nick Groom. Frans Malherbe with a pick and drive. Stormers, cleaners, not quite there quickly enough. Excellent turnover from the Chiefs. And Nanai Williams with the clearance. Stuart Berry has gone back to the 22 because that ruck took place outside the Chiefs 22.
Well, here's Malherbe. He's done a pick and go here. I'm not sure that it was at the right time. Not everybody was certain of where he was going. He was going to be tackled by a player in front of Kerbalo, so Kerbalo could go over and snaffle that ball. He'll be dead pleased that the kick went straight out and he's had a bit of a reprieve.
What price a maul here from the Stormers? Becker with the take, but straight to ground. No opportunity to set the maul in the first instance.
Use it now. Release!
Hugely physical, as you would expect around the fringes. Two outstanding back rows in this contest. The call is used at 5 seconds. They've got just in time. Dwayne Vermeulen is there.
Well, the Chiefs countering physical with even more so.
Fantastic defence from them at close quarters. The pop pass from Becker not going to hand with Dion Fourie, and Cruden with the counter. De Villiers stands up strongly in the tackle. Kerbalo to the short side again. It's a strong counter ruck from the Stormers, but De Villiers just missed timing. His entry into the fray.
10. On the side, number 10, and then 12 shot early.
Brian Havana working hard there, making a couple of tackles and some counter drives. De Elendi doing well, and Becker just trying to work out why they keep giving the ball back to the Chiefs, who are so dangerous when they've got the ball. But it's an attacking line-out, and that's the one thing they haven't been able to do well today. So the Stormers are going to try and put some pressure there. The Chiefs, if they get that part of the game right, could be really dangerous. Yeah, just in from the side there by Elton Yankees. By the time Jean de Villiers arrived,
Kerbalo from the line out, down for Cruden. Natai. Quick ball again for the Chiefs. Gavin Cowley mentioned the hallmarks of champion sides. The Chiefs not rattled in the slightest by the early scoring from the Stormers. Backing their system, getting into their rhythm, dictating the game at their pace. Kerbalo often using the short side. Stormers' defence have read it well this time. Now Cruden, Natai. A very poor pass for Cruden, but he recovers brilliantly. Oh, something on here for the Chiefs. Well, it was a vital tackle that went in and on Manu. Just dislodging the ball as he looked to make the pass, because there were...
Well, that's number 8, fantastic. Dwayne Vermeulen, hasn't he been a standout player already in the tight exchanges, just getting across and making an exceptional tackle there. It was a 3-on-1. The Stormers are defending very well. They're getting in the face of the opposition, but the Chiefs just seem to have an extra man. Every time they need one, There's an option for Cruden to run around. Anscombe's there and he's extra. Tiko Ratuma's still got 2 forwards between him and the ball, so they really look as if they're physically and mentally up for a big challenge here.
Just his 8th Super Rugby appearance. Pauliasi Manu and Messam and Latimer. We're waiting in the wings there. Gio Aplon looked a little alone on defence for the Stormers. Dwayne Vermeulen's tackle outstanding. Line out functioning well for the Stormers so far. Penalty is against Craig Clark.
Yeah, just by way of explanation, Matt, what Craig Clark tried to do was sack the line out there, but there were 2 players involved in it. So if there's 2 players involved, you can't actually pull it down because it's become a driving maul effectively. So good work by the Stormers to realise that, because once they went to ground, they know that they can get the advantage of having another line out inside the Chiefs' half. They'll know how important it is to just keep ticking that scoreboard over against a team that can be very dangerous.
Yeah, and also getting their lineouts right as well. That's the important issue. Once again, lineouts is so much about combinations, not just the man throwing the ball in, and about timing as well. And the Stormers seem to have got it right thus far in the match, not the Chiefs though.
Ben Afiaki was also involved in hauling that down. Good line out again from the Stormers and through the hands of Khaleesi for Damien Derlendi. Aplon was cut out to bring Jean de Villiers into play, not rolling away. The Chiefs slowing the Stormers' ball down. Jaco Paper waiting for some advantage here to the home side. Good leg drive from Elstad. Change of direction from Groom. Fourie breaking the tackle of Tim Nanai-Williams. And then Habana. No advantage, says Jaco Paper.
Reynard Elstad is just so physical. He loves getting into the tight, loose areas and just having a man-on-man clash with someone. He gets up almost licking his lips. He's certainly going to be a handful for these players, but he's up against it today because Messam is good. He's got that sevens background as well. Nanai-Williams here on Jean de Villiers. Look at Ngatai right there as well, getting into compete that ball on the ground, but you can see Nanai-Williams not being able to get away. So Stormers advantage again inside the red zone of the Chiefs.
Well, backing the line out of the Stormers, probably just within range, even with the windy conditions for Joe Peterson, but opting for the line out.
1 too many. 7-6.
Absolutely extraordinary that we're ticking away towards the 25-minute mark. Not a single scrum in the game so far.
Yeah, it certainly is. The Stormers going for a tap penalty option here. You don't see a lot of them. That's that man Khaleesi.
Really good protection of the ball in contact from Khaleesi. And then the switch from Yankees to Derlendi. Groom caught in possession and then lost forward as the Chiefs came piling through. Nanai-Williams with the boot ahead, advantage over, still no scrum. Yankees. Peterson was calling for it, slipped the tackle of Manu. Whoa, huge contact between Afiaki and Elstad, but turned over again by the Chiefs illegally.
You have to win the tackle, all right? As soon as you feel the head in the tap, under pressure of the attack, you infringe. Change that, please.
Well, Craig Clark he's a very smart man. He's a good leader. He's a very serious man. He'll go back to his team now and he'll tell them, we can't do that. It's going to be our last chance. Release the man with the ball. And what's happened here, Matt, is they've been penalised because every time they're in the red zone, the ball is being slowed down a little bit. And Jaco Paper has said that needs to stop. It's going to become a team infringement if every single time, and you can see there Sam Cane on the ground rolling with the ball out of the tackle, which you're not allowed to do, and passing it to his side. genuinely just trying to get away with whatever they can. Both sides are, but Paper's picked up on it for the Chiefs.
There's been so much talk about the Stormers scrum in the last 2 weeks, and certainly after the game against the Sharks, where they came up against an all Springbok front row and conceded a number of scrum penalties. No chat about it today. Yet to hear the calls of crouch, touch, set. Peterson, 2 penalties and a conversion so far. Another beautiful strike from Joe Peterson, takes the lead back out to 6.
Make no mistake, Matt, and the fans out there, this game is on a knife edge. It's a 6-pointer, but this Chiefs side can turn it on. They'll run from anywhere. They're always good for a 7-point intercept or something like it. So really tight stuff with 13 minutes to go in the first half here. Super Rugby cracker.
Well, Tikwa quickly out of it again and crunching into Peterson. Brilliantly done by Khaleesi to tidy up that possession. And Peterson back in position to make the clearance kick. Not finding touch. Latimer. Here's Cruden and Anscombe.
Good defense again.
The defense had peeled up to the outside as well. There was no real option for Anscombe. And lost forward by Messam in the contact. Look at what it means to Siya Khaleesi pulling his opponent up, but finds with his teammates.
I just love that about rugby. You got Siya Khaleesi, he's just made 2 big hits. He's giving the old hand clap about winning it. Look at this. Him against Messam, he drives him back. He's involved in the ruck. There's a knock-on the ground, and who picks up Messam? He gives him a hand up out of it. You know, rugby means a lot to people around the world, but it's that kind of gesture which just shows that there's quality people playing a quality game.
So we will have the first scrum of the game right in front of Gavin Cowley.
Yep, the Stormers forwards really, I think, will feel very happy with their performance to date, despite the fact that they haven't had that set piece, which we'll see pretty soon. But I'm sure, Bob, you'd also enjoy, you know, you've spoken about the loose forwards, Khaleesi and Vermeulen, you know, and Ronald Elstad as well, who've really been unleashed in this game. And it's also the front 5 that are doing a lot of work on the ground.
That's exactly right. The big advantage comes when you can dominate in that tight 5. And look at the chat happening in the Chiefs there. Clark is talking. And just at that kickoff from there, yeah, just having a look there, well picked up by our cameraman, Tikwa Ratuma, who made that big hit on Joe Peterson just in front of the kicker. Yaku Paper looking both sides, but not always going to get the players. Here's the first scrum. Right in the center of the Chiefs scrum is Mahonri Schwalgo, who's captained the Western Samoa team, or Manu Samoa as they're known these days, to a couple of heady heights, a win against Australia and a big clash against South Africa in the last World Cup.
And these pack weights ticking away dangerously towards 4 figures. Super Rugby 903 for the Stormers. Solid first up from the Stormers. Derlendi in first receiver position. De Villiers almost slipping the tackle and not held in it. Groom away to Becker. And quick ball for Elstad and Yankees. Away to Dion Fourie. Nana Williams. Being found a little wanting on defence, perhaps. Brian Habana just unable to keep that ball in play. Elstad and Messam with plenty of words to exchange.
Habana filthy with himself there because he did a little pick and go with a touchline close. Chiefs going for a short line out here. This is the width of the field. Andries Becker freeing those not inconsiderable arms.
Kerr-Barlow opting to take it outside his 22, and the Chiefs looking to work their way out of their own territory. Not through the boots at first. Cruden. And Aplon with Peterson in support.
Play on.
Yankees floating it away for Khaleesi. Bouncing off the tackle of Sam Cane. Comes for Yankees again. Chip and chase. Back for it goes Kerbala, but Cruden had read it well. Anscombe. And with a foot in the in-goal area, Gio Aplon able to
Down the line.
dot it down for a 22-metre dropout.
Well, Anscombe, that's literally a third of a metre, maybe a 1 foot mistake. If you do give him the ball easily like that, and it was a chip away, I felt, from Elton Yankees, away from the advantage of the Stormers. You do give Anscombe the ball, he will punish you 9 times out of 10. He's very, very smart with that boot of his.
Well, we've all got our eyes on that man in picture, Elton Jones, just to see how he performs today. There's Peter Grant to come on. Just sometimes when you're chip kicking with the wind, it's not the ideal. It's better to keep it on the ground.
Well, it was a good kick chase from Habana. Through the hands of De Coxton come Becker with a little shoulder ball. Wonderful run from Andries Becker. Penalty for the Stormers if the ball doesn't emerge. It does though. Derlindi kits off with a clean-up. Quick ball for Groom. Peterson and Dion Ferree not quite slipping away from Charlie Ngatai. Groom caught in possession, and Jaco Paper wants to speak to Craig Clark again.
Well, he's already given him the warning.
9. Number 9. Yes.
Tawera Kerbala is going to the bin.
That's exactly what we've spoken about. He hadn't released. Slow down the ball.
Well, that's music to the home fans' ears because they were calling for it. I don't know if Kerbala has been the repeated sort of infringer at all, but the team, look at this, and the dummy comes from Becker. Not you, but me. He's up the field. He's like a flying BFG. He's unstoppable. He has the biggest outside centre in the world. You'll see, there's Kerbala. He's come in. He's held onto the ball once, twice. In fact, lying on the ground there, he's kept his arm over the ball. So stopping the quick ball that the Stormers need. What a player, though. He was so good around the ruck himself on the attack. He's probably saved the Chiefs a good 7 points. If this goes over, it'll only be 4, but there's another 9 minutes left when he's off the field for the Stormers to try and get a few more points on the board.
So Joe Peterson for his 4th penalty of the afternoon. Raises the flags, 9 points the lead.
Oh, once again, exceptional play this from the Stormers, and a wonderful play by Becker. We know about his work rate. We know about his all-round game. We didn't know about his dummy until we saw that a little bit earlier. But super play, and Kerbala, the infringer. Also, one of the worst guys to lose to a yellow card is your scrum half, to be honest. He is really the ultimate conduit.
Peterson straight to ground from the
There was no
restart.
tackle. Ball's out.
Back it comes for Yankees. Closing down his kicking angles with Clark and Kane.
Yeah, that's smart play from the Chiefs twice in a row there. Very good kick off, a nice weighted kick. Teko Rituma putting all the pressure on. The forwards gathering around in front of Joe Peterson to help him. They've taken a quick line out. Chiefs wanting to attack.
And Schwalger with a pick and go. Mason. And then Kane swiveling his way through the tackle.
White tackler. Good work.
Latimer and the Chiefs looking to run down the clock with Kerbala off the field. Oh, Gio Aplon. What might have happened had he managed to gather that? Rueful smiles on the bench. Tion Liebenberg on the left there, back into the Stormers squad for the first time this season.
Chiefs just using that short line out there. They're not confident in getting all their ball. Good work from De Kock Steenkamp to wrap up the front of the line out. Sam Cane shifting it on.
Well, it looked as though there was a little knock before he didn't gather as well.
Yeah, to be fair, I think that's what they've been called back for. I don't think it's the Stormers' ball at the scrum, so it'll be a Chiefs ball, still an attacking ball. That man Kitsoff is getting treated on the shoulder before a scrum. Not always great to feel like that going into a contest like this, but they'll know they have one advantage because the Chiefs are one man less on the field.
So still dominating in the possession stakes. The Stormers pretty even in terms of territory, and that's been largely thanks to the booming boot of Gareth Anscombe, who has driven the Stormers back from time to time. And then the Chiefs have managed to hang on to the ball. The Stormers' defence has remained resolute.
I'm impressed with Khaleesi so far, not only in that defence but on the attack as well. We said it was going to take him a game or two to get back into the level of rugby. Remember, he got injured at the end of the Super Rugby last season. He was not necessarily at his barnstorming best in the first two games, but he's been very solid in the starting half of this game.
Not a bad scrum once again from the Stormers, but a beautiful gather from Nana Williams. Well, Tim Nana Williams pouncing for his third try of the season. Perfectly weighted little grubber kick. Another indication of just how dangerous that tactic can be. It looked as though Giaco Paper might go to the TMO.
Yeah, brilliant piece of play there. Look at Cruden, he just puts it onto the toe. Nana Williams, with all of his pace, comes in from outside centre. No one was near him. He's gone for the he's gone for the signal to the crowd there. You want to put that on the TMO because you don't need to, but that is the power of the Chiefs. We mentioned it earlier. We said they're good for 7 points. They've done 7 points with a man less on the field against a scrum that smashed them backwards. So that's how dangerous this team are. Outstanding individuals at the pivot points of the game.
Anscombe adds the extra 2 and just 2 points in it with just over 3 minutes to go to half-time.
Well, it's really difficult to defend against a really good grubber kick, and that one perfectly weighted and perfect bounce there as well for Tim Nana Williams, and it's an excellent try. And in fact, the Chiefs, I mean, you can see probably on their faces it was something that they desperately wanted this close to half-time.
Banner with a strong chase through the hands of Masanga, who's seen very little of the ball this afternoon. Cruden.
Good hit by Malherbe in the middle of the field.
Cruden again, leaving it behind. Something on here for Gio Aplon. The Stormers have hit straight back. Two outstanding pieces of opportunism, one from both sides, and Gio Aplon has his second of the match.
And a brilliant piece of play there from Reynard Elstad. They've answered with exactly the same. Watch this. Talk about attacking defence. Look who's outside there on the wing. It's Reynard Elstad. He stops the ball going ahead and he chips it ahead for his pocket rocket that we mentioned earlier. Gio Aplon scores because of the hard work of one of the players on the side of the flank. Brilliant play from both teams there. Opportunism from the Chiefs and a opportunism from the Stormers, but a nicely structured move from the Chiefs. Both teams are up for a fantastic crackerjack game.
And Joe Peterson again successful from the tee.
Well, sometimes the bounce of the ball really counts in your favour. And Aplon right up for it there. He's got such good hands as well as Joe Aplon. And a great finish. Very opportune as well with that score before half-time.
Well, Gavin said with the Chiefs try, very difficult to defend against a well-executed grabber. Same applies to a hack through from a flank forward. Shorter restart this time. And beautifully claimed by de Villiers. Elstad and Khaleesi have been outstanding in this first half, along with Vermeulen. Forward with seconds to go. Unforced error from Liam Messam.
Well, if there's ever a time for a training ground move with no time on the clock, this is when the Stormers or any team in the world would want to just drive that nail home. You've got 14 players opposing you. A mistake from that man Messam, who doesn't make many. You'll see there's an air of anticipation about the back line. Joe Peterson is across, bottom right-hand corner of your screen. He's getting ready. The Chiefs management already in the change room, working what they need to do in the second half. I'll be very unsurprised if there isn't a move here which looks like Elton Yankees might go to the boot and try and get Brian Havana in the corner. Leila Masanga is gesticulating wildly at his inside backs and telling him, come and help me.
Ball's at the back.
Ball available, although the scrum collapsed, so Yankees takes it up to the gain line. De Villiers making it available for Groom. There is the half-time hooter in the background as Khaleesi carries once again. Almost turned over by the Chiefs, who are still down to 14. No way through for Fourie. Here's Khaleesi. Spreading it for Yankees. De Villiers. Derlindi. Forward pass. Opportunity. And a golden one at that. Missed by the Stormers.
No bonus. No advantage. Nothing.
Well, Yankees passed the first one. De Villiers the second. Derlindi got caught ball and all. Joe Aplon, to be fair, wouldn't have done much with it anyway. It would have been called back for a forward pass. Possibly could have hung on to it there, Derlindi, but I think just that wanted to get the opportunity. And Gavin Cowley is on the side of the field with Joe Aplon.
Well, 43 points in that first half, and fantastic here, with 10 of them belonging to you. Two terrific tries.
Yeah, I'm just thankful to God for those tries. I mean, the team is working really hard for us out there and giving us the space out there, so we must just continue using opportunities.
I'm sure you're pleased with the efforts of your forwards to give you those opportunities.
Yeah, definitely, we're just getting a bit stuck in our half. We've got to get in and exit out of our half and play in their half, and then I think things will go much better.
Good luck for the second.
Thanks again, Gav.
40 minutes to play at Newlands. The Stormers lead the Chiefs by 26 points to 17. Gavin Cowley is with Stormers assistant coach Matt Proudfoot.
Matthew Proudfoot, forwards coach of the Stormers, and a very important match this, of course, for you guys. An interesting first half, that good set pieces for you guys.
Yeah, I think we were pretty accurate there. You know, they're forcing a contest on us, so we want to keep up that good clean possession. I think we've got good attitude in our attack. We just want to keep hold of the ball, you know, not kick it away so much. When we kick it away, they're pretty dangerous on the counter attack, and we just want to sort out our exit plays. You know, we've made 2 mistakes in our 22 from kickoffs, and we don't want to make that same mistake.
Outside of the mistakes as well, certainly on the ground, the forwards have looked very much great mobility and good pick up and go, and just creating opportunities for the backs.
Yeah, they've got a good hard defensive press, so we want to go straight at it. You know, we figure you've got to take them on physically. You can't shy away from that, so that's the plan.
Second half, you are into the win.
Yeah, so we want to look to keep the ball. I think we gave it away too easily at stages in that first half, so we just want to keep it the second half.
Well, he may be the forwards coach, Bob Skinstad, but interesting insight from Matt Proudfoot saying they must not kick the ball away as much as they did in the first half because of this incredible counter-attacking ability of the Chiefs.
Well, there was a crunch moment in that first half. We don't know if it's going to be one that decides the game, but those two players were both involved in it. One made the tackle, the other towed the ball forward, and Gio Aplon scored the try. It was against the runner play because they'd had to put pressure on the Chiefs for the last 2 or 3 minutes of the half. That man, Kerbalo, was off the field for his team's repeated infringement yellow card. And the Stormers are going to ride that luck. And just like Matt Proudfoot says, they are not going to want to give the ball away because this Chiefs side are dangerous when they've got that ball.
So just still 2 minutes or so for the Chiefs to play with 14 men. And playing the second half in Cape Town with the wind at their backs. Bonus point wins for the defending champions in their first 2 rounds. 41-27 winners against the Highlanders in Dunedin, and 45 points to 3 winners against the Cheetahs at home last weekend. For the Stormers, it's been a 17-25 loss to the Bulls at Loftus. They scored 2 tries to 1 on that occasion, and then last week a tryless game on both sides in Durban. It was 2 penalties to 4, just picking up 1 bonus point in that 6-12 loss to the Sharks in Durban before coming back to Cape Town for their first home game of the competition.
Well, the concern there on Yaku Paper's face is just because he can't actually hear his assistant referees, which is so important, and they're going to be sorting that out technically now. And those are the stats that we've already looked at, Matt. I love the numbers there on tackles made and tackles missed. It is so poised on a knife edge. We've mentioned it, that the Stormers will be pleased with their 9-point advantage because the Chiefs are going to be a really, really difficult team to catch if they get ahead at all. Concession of penalties and free kicks. Independent audio control for the referees, so not something that we could help him turn up the volume on. Maybe he wouldn't mind if we were in his ear giving him a bit of advice. The viewers out there, I think, would say there was a little bit of bias coming from Bob Skinstad every now and again.
Well, Dwayne Vermeulen, along with Sia Khaleesi and Reynard Elstad, has been at the heart of taking the physical battle to the Chiefs this afternoon, but up against 20 Test All Black Liam Messam. Similar tackle stats from them, and carrying the ball as well. Tawira Kerbalo will still have to serve out his time in the sin bin. Dwayne Vermeulen got 7 Test caps for South Africa. And Jaco Paper is now back on song.
Sorry, somehow my radio died down. Good to go.
And Aaron Cruden, IRB's Junior Player of the Year in 2009, and now, like Messam, a 20 Test All Black, will get the second half underway, and not surprisingly, a deep restart. Looking to play down in Stormers territory with their numerical disadvantage for the next 2 minutes. Elstad and Khaleesi punching a hole in the Chiefs' defence. Short side to Villiers. Well, kicking it straight into the hands of Anscombe, and straight onto the counter go the Chiefs. Cruden. Little mistake there in the pass. There was a 2-on-1 potential for the Chiefs. Latimer. Manu. Then Latimer again. This is Schwalger. Lined up in the tackle by Vermeulen. Clark away to Manu. Good tackle again from Reynard Elstad. Kane losing his footing. This will please the Chiefs as they start the second half with ball in hand. Running that clock down until the return, and a hand in there as well. With Jaco Paper playing an advantage for the Chiefs. Through the hands of Natai, Nanai Williams.
11.
Well, it's the Stormers not rolling away.
Yeah. My radio's gone again.
Jaco Paper still not happy with the technology and
Yeah, it's popped out again.
not happy with the Stormers' accuracy at the breakdown.
And that was the call there. Brian Abana just coming off his line a little bit too fast.
Rolling away.
In an offside position when he made that tackle.
Pulls out.
And then not rolling away from that tackle area. It's Anscombe who stepped up straight away. The Chiefs will try and whittle away at any former lead so that they're in a position that when they score, they'll be ahead in this game.
And immediately following this kick, Tawera Kurbalo will be allowed back on the field, having served his 10 minutes.
I can hear Ben. I can hear you, but you have to repeat all the time.
Probably the toughest kick that Anscombe has had this afternoon. The two conversions were pretty close to the uprights. His opening penalty was from a fair distance out, but from not quite an angle as this one. It's 5 meters in from the right-hand touchline. The Cape Town breeze helping the Chiefs in the second half. Anscombe just pulled it across the face of the uprights. Just his second miss of the season.
Well, the reintroduction of Kurbalo has been called for by the referee there. Good follow up on that kick by Takoya Ratuma.
Yankees. Why did they let it go? It's an absolute gift for the Chiefs. Through the hands of Manu for Latimer. The Stormers forced to scramble on defence. Strong running from Afeaki. Kurbalo straight back into the action.
Again. We got a flag against White.
And it's Ben Kraus who wants a word with referee Jaco Paper. Let's listen in.
White pulling the player away from play. One white. One white. Okay. Look, this is the what we've spoken about earlier. Number 1, playing number 11 away from the ball, obstructing them. If that happens again, it's going to be yellow card. You happy with that? Okay. Where's my mark?
Well, it's the little mistakes that are creeping in. You can see Brian Abana
Holding a player past the ball at ruck time.
It's being pushed out of the way. Look at Kurbalo's eyes. He just knows where the gap is. He's trying to put
No player.
Masana through it. But in the background, Brian Abana just being held away from the play. And the Stormers really lucky to get out of a pressure situation there, because it was a silly move by them not to regain the kickoff from the 22.
He's up.
Line-out continues to function well for the Stormers. Vermeulen.
Changing lanes. No. Breaking away from this ball.
Clear from Jaco Paper. Changing lanes. All the terminology that's come into the game, but a maul had formed, and Vermeulen and his front runners just breaking away from the original one,
yeah,
creating an obstruction.
You can see the players formed at the back there, and it's Reinhard Elstad who breaks away. Doesn't take the man with him. Stormers just making another mistake there. The Chiefs have also been pleased with the mistakes from the Stormers because it's kept them into it. Anscombe gets another opportunity, this time with a slightly better read on how powerful from right to left the wind is going to be.
Bob, what's interesting with this as well is that if he looks straight down the field from where he's standing, the wind will be going across him from his left to his right. As he gets closer to the posts, it's going in a little bit of a different direction. That's what makes it so tricky with kicking at goal, yeah, especially from the right-hand side.
And you would have learned from the previous one, surely. He started it outside the right-hand upright. Brilliant, brilliant kick from Anscombe, using the knowledge from the kick that he attempted just a couple of minutes ago.
Well, Matt Proudfoot said it, and Gavin, they're about to kick off right in front of you, but he said let's get into the opposition half and then keep the ball. Stormers are going to have to do that to maintain their lead.
I think that's absolutely vital, yeah, and I think territory will play an important role for them as well. It'll just keep their confidence going. They need to dominate territorially.
All back.
And one back from the restart by the Stormers. Elst, well, it's Vermeulen. And Aplon jinking his way past a couple of would-be tacklers. Flat from Groom to Dion Fourie. Hit pretty hard in the tackle, but bouncing off both. It was Retallick and Afeaki. Onto the front foot go the Stormers' backs. De Villiers. And Khaleesi away for Groom. Becker. Quick ball for Groom, who changes direction. Darlendi burst from him, and De Villiers inside for Habana.
No. Release. Pick it up again. No. Got to release it. No, it's short. No. You can't pick
Well,
up
Brian
the ball.
Habana
You released it and picked it up again.
is claiming that he did release the ball. It did look as though he had, but he does have to get back to his feet to play it again.
Well, it's a mistake, but I like the attacking intensity. Groom came back, fetched the ball, zipped down the blind side again, and of course he had a banner right next to him with Jean De Villiers, who made a lovely inside pass after Dalendi's work. And that's a good banana kick there from the Chiefs to get out of their half. Look at the inside pass there. Habana taken to the ground by Kerbala. He does release the ball, yes, but you can't actually be part of the ensuing ruck and then pick it up again. He should have put it down, driven on, and then had the ball on his side or on the Stormers' side of the possession of the ruck. Kerbala wouldn't have been able to get to it. Just picking it up there again, that's why he's been penalised.
Tiaan Liebenberg on the field. Dion Fourie getting some attention to a bloody nose. And another line out goes against the throw for the Chiefs. Elstad, Khaleesi. Almost never fails to make meters on attack. Another good thrust from Damien Derlendi. Groom for Vermeulen. That's an excellent tackle. But a quick ball again for Groom. Yankees. Becker left it behind. Just brushing off the fingertips.
A lovely ball wide, and I've been impressed with Yankees and his distribution. He's hung on to it just long enough to keep the opposition interested almost every time. When he's taken it up, he's got over the advantage line. Elendi's done the same thing. That man Becker, well, we saw his beautiful run in the first half. He'll be disappointed that he left that ball behind because an opportunity went begging.
Please come closer. Over there and over there.
So Tiaan Liebenberg
Let's go.
into the middle of the front row as Dion Fourie continues to receive attention. Welcome return for Liebenberg. Martin Bezuidenhout had filled in
Straight knife.
as hooker on the bench. Former Lions player for the Stormers in the first 2 rounds of their 2013 campaign. Frans Malherbe,
I'm going to change one thing and we all work together.
Paliasi
Closer.
Manu going down simultaneously.
well, simultaneously in only the fourth scrum of the game. So the big fellas have been employed more to tackle and work and run with the ball and clean out. But this vital area is something that Tiaan Liebenberg enjoys.
Malherbe, one of only 3 players to take part in all the Stormers games in the competition in 2012. Ball available at the back, despite going down in the front row. Here's Nanai Williams. He's looking to get outside de Villiers. Beautiful offload for Masanga. Kurbala, Natai for Latimer. Oh, and Khaleesi quickly over the ball. Just couldn't hang on though. Another huge hit from Elstad, and Liebenberg quickly up onto Anscombe.
Look at the defence from the Stormers. They're flying into the Chiefs.
Yeah, well, that's well rescued by the Chiefs. Equally good from them. Anscombe. Peterson. Chance for the Stormers to rebuild here. Yankee shifting it away for Derlendi, and Aplon with a little bit of space. De Villiers. And here's the chase from Aplon. He's got 2 already. And a vital intervention made by Tekoi Ratuma.
Well, the diehard fans have asked the Stormers to use the ball. When they have used it, they've been deadly on attack. The Chiefs do the same thing, and it's end-to-end rugby. This is Super Rugby at its best.
Player down.
Hika Elliott. 71st Super Rugby cap for him. 3 test matches, replacing a Samoan international in Mo Schwalger. The kick from de Villiers looked as though it was going to sit up beautifully for Aplon. Tekoi Ratuma doing some brilliant cover work.
Yeah, Mo Schwalger just went down at the last scrum of the first half, and he's looked and felt a little bit uncomfortable since then. We've had a couple of camera angles of him where he hasn't been looking or feeling that comfortable. Look at this, the ball was almost stolen by Siya Khaleesi there. He made a good decision. Then it was Vermeulen through on that man. Then it was Elstad. And then look at the ball and all tackle there from Tiaan Liebenberg and De Kock Steenkamp. Becker in as well. Over the top, Sam Cane, currently touted as the next Richie McCaw in the All Black lineup. He's tough and he's strong and he carries the ball, and he's a great young leader. He's represented his country all through the age groups, but it's lineouts that have been the woe of the Chiefs today.
Well, a number of them poached by Elstad and De Kock Steenkamp. Now the Stormers with a wonderful opportunity. Liebenberg's first throw, and Vermeulen with the take at the tail. Khaleesi breaking away. Quick ball for Groom. Liebenberg comes peeling around. And now Becker. Not quite for Andries Becker. Groom looking for the quick recycle. And Nick Groom is celebrating. Chiefs defence had all shifted out, and Nick Groom is absolutely convinced that he has his first try. Jaco Paper is not yet. He's going to ask Dion van Blommenstein to adjudicate.
Well, the call is not try, no try, which means that he wants to know if anything untoward has happened. Nick Groom dives under the man. He's not helped here, and he's over the whitewash there. Unless anything else has happened, it's very likely that the number 9 of the Stormers will be credited with 5 points.
Well, Sam Cane's body language, as much as Nick Groom, says it all.
You may award the try.
And Nick Groom has a first try in Super Rugby.
Well, I'll say it again. The diehard fans asked the Stormers to use the ball. And when they have, they've looked dangerous. Beautiful little show and go from Nick Groom, as he did in the domestic season last year in the Currie Cup. He's dangerous around the rucks and mauls. He takes the pressure off the man outside him, and he was strong enough to get over.
Let's not forget for a moment the contribution of this man, Joe Peterson, especially in the first week against the Blue Bulls at Loftus. Kicking off the tee was woeful for the Stormers. 6 out of 6 so far tonight for Joe Peterson. Seven out of 7.
Opens it up to the 2 scores, but wasn't this again a great team drivers? Work from the forwards initially. Becker very much part of the mix. He's had a super match as Andries Becker. And then Nick Groom, just the little ferret burrowing underneath the clutches of Sam Cane. Look at Chippy Solomon.
So 3 tries to 2 now in favour of the Stormers as Habana gathers from the restart and clears almost down to halfway.
You've got to credit the Chiefs for their very effective kick-offs. They've always been able to put enough pressure. Brian Habana working hard to get back and get the Stormers out of the pressure zone there very quickly. The Chiefs have gone to a short line-out format.
And Clark. A very apparent increase in urgency from the Chiefs following that Stormers try. They know they have to score next. Still plenty of time, 26 minutes plus some change left in this game, but with a 13-point deficit, they want points next. Nana Williams couldn't quite float it over the top, and Habana makes the interception. And Khaleesi from the base. Difficult one for Liebenberg. Yankees floats it away for de Villiers. Aplon to his outside. And Gio Aplon is forced into touch. There's a real buzz of excitement around Newlands. Quite simply at the brand of rugby. You've spoken about it. Use the ball.
Well, look, imagine if Jean de Villiers had held on to that and Gio Aplon had been able to run off his shoulder. Straight out into touch. There's a Stormer down in back play. It looks like it could be Brian Habana. Very uncomfortable. He's looking on the ground. Chiefs have taken it. Carvalho goes to the skies.
Changing your line, number 4, blue. Blocking.
The call is against de Kock Steenkamp for changing his line of running as the Chiefs look to chase the kick. There's an indication from the medical staff on the field that they want a stretcher on.
Stretcher.
Well, Yaku Paper has called now for a stretcher. It looks like a substitution is going to happen to Brian Habana here. And that man, Vandenheffer, is going to be coming on. It's just one of those rules where if the play is carrying on and the player injured is not affecting the play, you can play on. But clearly, if the Chiefs had gone up country, then Brian Habana would be affecting the play by not being there.
Well, that's Manu making way for the formidable Ben Tameifuna, who's listed in the Chiefs media guide as 21 years of age and 137 kilograms. Imagine when he grows up how big he'll be. That's a really disappointing sight for Stormers fans. Brian Habana seemed to indicate to the medical staff immediately that he knew what was wrong.
Well, that's the condition of these athletes. They know their bodies so well. If something is not ready or not right, then they'll make an indication. We might see here from the tackle. Flick. That's Cane getting back. Didn't look as if too much had gone wrong already. Maybe it was just the impact of Sam Cane's tackle.
Sound!
flicked onto his leg. But it's Hicka Elliott about to put him to the line-out for the Chiefs.
He's definitely wrenched his knee. He's got an ice pack on there, Bonabana. We'll see if we can find out exactly the extent of that injury.
Go. The step, please. 700. Blue.
Okay, Elliott to the front. Retallick with a take. Kane. Nartai. Quick clean out from the Chiefs. Elliott making progress through one tackle, but the defence holding firm. But now the burst from Masanga. Cruden, Nartai, Nanai Williams, Anscombe into the hole, Gareth Anscombe, and the offload for Charlie Nartai. Well, they made it look all so easy, the Chiefs, unlocking the Stormers' defence with some beautiful angles and some slick handling.
Sound, guys, up again.
Well, we've said it before and we'll say it again. The outside backs of the Chiefs are absolutely deadly when they get the ball. They were on the back foot a little bit. Cruden had to take it from behind him. Look at that. Nanai Williams just holding up two players and creating the little offload on his shoulder.
And from that replay, Bob, clearly some miscommunication between the centre pairing of De Villiers and Alendi, both going onto the same man.
That's what Nanai Williams.
Space.
Well, that's what Nanai Williams brings, because he's got such a pronounced sidestep when he's got the ball in hand. You're not sure if you need to be 2 meters inside him or you need to hold him on the outside, push him towards the touchline. But both of those players know that they've let the Stormers in for a bit of trouble here. Look at that, just a beautiful little jink. Anscombe hanging on to it. And Groom was across but couldn't make that tackle. Nartai in under the uprights for a 7-point turnaround. 23 minutes to go here. Super Rugby's already given us a number of points. Nick Groom going to make way for Debo Tubanaka.
And some other changes, Gavin Cowley.
Yeah, there certainly are. They're being rung at the moment, and the Chiefs are lining up a few more too.
It's a good kick chase from Gerard van den Heever. Perfectly landed restart. So Peter Grant is on.
Doc, can you please take this radio to my
Made an appearance off the bench against the Sharks last week, having returned from his Japanese club, the Kobe Steelers. So a new halfback combination.
Body.
Tubanaka, another of those who was involved along with Frans Malherbe in all of the Stormers games in the 2012 season. Grant was the preferred starter in the fly half position.
In the meanwhile, Kia Aplon has gone to the left wing in place of Abana, and to accommodate Van der Heever on the right wing, which is the preferred position for the latter
Good
player.
space.
Liebenberg. Beautiful line out for Becker.
Down, 17. No.
Out. Real progress being made by the Stormers 8 here. And Khaleesi in possession at the tail. Sia Khaleesi just held up.
No.
Tubanaka. Away to Dwayne Vermeulen. Both sides in search of a 4-try bonus point. It's 3 apiece. And 58 minutes of superb Super Rugby entertainment so far.
Well, Dwayne Vermeulen was man alone there. He carried the ball beautifully. Becker showed the path forward to that man, Khaleesi. He just got held up over the line. Look at them breaking away from the back here. Clark and Tame Funa it was, who didn't see them. That's a try-saving tackle by a combination of Kane, Taro Kurvalo and Tiko Ratuma. Isn't that a mouthful of defenders?
Pat Cillier, who made his way to the Stormers from the Lions in the off-season, so got a few test caps last year under Heineke Meyer. Started the first match of the season against the Blue Bulls up in Pretoria, then made way for Malherbe.
Well, it's an attacking scrum here. We've already had the conversation from Jaco Peyper to both front rows. We don't want a penalty now. I'm sure neither of them do, but certainly both of them will want some form of advantage, so they'll be working hard.
Solid foundation from the Stormers pack. Grant! Not quite. Quick ball for Dubanaka. There's Khaleesi. Chiefs defence up to it.
Got it. On the wrong side. Number 9's on the wrong side.
Well, the call was for coming in from the wrong side, and I'm sure that there's always a blurry line up to exactly where the side starts and finishes, close to the line, and the Chiefs just, well, first of all, the tackle came in from the wrong side. You could see that, and that's the one on the ground there. Messam still working hard. You have to be up and at the opposition, and that's what he was. Just like we said, those blurry edges of the tackle area, he crossed over them. He's been caught by Jaco Peyper,
On this side
and a means advantage and kicking opportunity for Joe Peterson.
And not surprising at all, despite the proximity to the try line, that John de Villiers calls up the man who's kicked 7 from 7 this evening. 20 minutes of this game to go, 6 points the lead, just wanting to get beyond that 7-point margin once again. Just nudging the Stormers back into a 9-point lead with a quarter of the game to go.
We're back to where
in for one heck of a finish.
Well, in the words of the great Gavin Hastings, you should go for the points, because that's the only thing that can affect the scoreboard, isn't it? Keep it ticking over, keep it moving in your advantage, and that's what Jean de Villiers is trying to do.
Cruden with a deep restart, and Vermeulen. Well set up for Joe Peterson. He was looking for more distance on it. You could see the way he leaned after the kick. Three penalties. I beg your pardon, 3 conversions and 5 penalties in the game. Joe Peterson. Chiefs' discipline has let them down at times, conceding all those kickable penalties and also the yellow card just before half-time.
The Stormers set up for the line out here. The Chiefs having an opportunity just to talk and strategize. That man, hasn't he been a giant today? We know he stands over 2 meters tall, but in terms of the play that he's contributed as well, he's been outstanding. Really hard work on defense, great line-out stats, and carrying the ball beautifully. The big Andries Becker just telling everybody in South African rugby that he's back.
Uncontested line-out this time from the Stormers as Clark goes up. And Elliott bursting away, giving the Chiefs real momentum deep in Stormers territory. Kane held up in the tackle by Khaleesi.
They've got numbers on the right-hand side of the field, the Chiefs.
But the juggle from Clark just costing them some vital moments. Did Cruden drop that forward? Yes, says Jaco Peyper.
What an extraordinary piece of play. Aaron Cruden doesn't make mistakes like that. He's literally had the opportunity to go out wide and the ball slipped from his grasp. Look at Clark, he almost drops it. Then he goes and he hangs onto it. He creates a pass and space by doing that, and Cruden leaves the ball to slip out of his hands. He'll be really disappointed with that.
Changes are plenty in front of Gavin.
Yep, just look out for Patrick Osborne as well, the big Fijian. He's really, really useful player and a great guy to bring on. And really, one thing as well, I think that the Chiefs have shown is when they've got into the 22 in the strike zone of the Stormers, they've very often scored in this match. So the Stormers have really got to get their defence very well organised with these last couple of minutes of this match.
Well, Andrew Horrell is a very good counter-attacking runner. He's played at 10 and played at 15 as well. It looks like he's lining up at outside centre, or sorry, inside centre next to Tim Nanai-Williams. That man Becker gets back to his feet. Scrum time, defensive scrum for the Stormers.
And Crosswell, Nick Crosswell, replacing Tanner Latimer on the side of the scrum. He's equally at home in the second row. Has played some Super Rugby for the Hurricanes and the Highlanders as well, Nick Crosswell. This is his first appearance of the 2013 season.
Have to come closer. Too far. Crouch. Touch.
Katsalier on this near side up against
Chame
Funa.
Inside. Stand still.
Sam Cane almost getting hands onto that clearance kick and lost forward by Osborne. Was it out first?
Well, it looks like the assistant referee's got his flag up, so probably in... Well, looks as if it came off the knee anyway, Patrick Osborne, but it's line-out time. The Stormers have been more comfortable with their line-out. Lots of shifting around and looks like competitive jumping coming from the Chiefs.
Dion Evenberg came on for a blood injury to Dion Fourie earlier in the game. He's remained at hooker, but Fourie still on the field and functioning in the open side flanker role. And now carrying with support from Khaleesi into the contact. Good quick ball for Duvenaka. Grant to Alendi. And Jean de Villiers not held by Tim Nanai-Williams. Dragged towards touch, but Grant has it again. Liebenberg. Monster tackle on him. Now Van den Heerfer.
He's done well.
Dwayne Vermeulen, Scraggs.
Hold. Hold down.
And now Joe Peterson's kick. It's all going to be on the bounce of the ball. Just bouncing kindly enough for Aaron Cruden.
Hector Elliott quite keen to take a quick one, but don't know if it's going to happen. Joe Peterson dropping back and going for the advantage there, the territory advantage, and the ball obviously going over the line. The one comfort he can take is that with a long kick-off from the 22, the Stormers should have an opportunity to win the ball back. And they've lost it.
And beautifully won back by Retallick for the Chiefs.
Ball's out.
Kurbalo for Nanai-Williams, Kane, and Nanai-Williams looping around. That's created some space, but Osborne
Knock on then.
caught in possession by Gio Aplon and turned over by Dion Fourie. Khaleesi, Duvenaka. Liebenberg looked to his outside and saw Stephen Kitsoff, so decided to take it into contact for Vermeulen. Becker.
I couldn't see it.
Well done by Khaleesi again from the base of the ruck.
And now Van den Heever spotting a little opening around the fringes and just maintaining this momentum.
Ball's available.
Chiefs quickly shifting out of that contact area, fanning out on defence.
On your feet, Blue!
It's an energy-sapping period of defence for the visiting side. Beautifully picked up by Dalendi. He's looking for the offload in the tackle. Kitshoff following up with great effect. Cillier. Momentum halted and lost forward by Deon Fourie.
What a mistake at the base of that. Like, look at the coach's box. They're disappointed with that. Deon Fourie just taking his time at the base of the ruck there and then losing the ball. Look at him. He was going to be the man to get the next bit of momentum straight into Craig Clark. He wanted to do. He's so disappointed with himself. What a performer, though. Not a lot of players in world rugby who can move from the centre of the scrum onto the side of it, and he can still be going at 66 minutes. Fantastic little bit of momentum play that the Stormers are able to generate through Deon Fourie and the hard work. Looks like we might have another replacement. That's happening in front of you, Gavin Cowley.
Yeah, Michael Fitzgerald is waiting to come on and be a replacement, of course. And well, there you have it. Tuara Kerbala. It's all in the family.
Michael Fitzgerald just a few centimetres short of 2 metres into the second row. Played every single match in the 2012 ITM Cup for Manawatu, and the captain is the man to give way.
No indication yet as to who's taken over the captaincy. I saw a word in the ear of Sam Cane, but both him and Liam Messam have led this side before.
Go back.
He could do a sterling job. Craig Clark
You come in.
was good for his 67 minutes.
Interesting that the Chiefs actually picked two captains at the beginning of the season, which was Clark and Messam. So it's very likely that Liam Messam would take it over.
Crouch. Dutch. Sit. Stay behind. Ball's out.
And Kerbala putting the chip in for Osborne. It's a huge contact between him and Joe Peterson.
Tackle, no offside.
Peterson quickly back to his feet though. Kane with the carry. Real intent from the Chiefs, not wanting to kick the ball deep from that scrum, and now they've got an opportunity for Tikora Atuma, lost forward by Nanai Williams. Well, the bounce of the ball, which had gone so well for them in the scoring of those 2 tries on the back end of grubbers, that bounce not favouring Tikora Atuma. The follow-up was there from Nanai Williams.
That's that man, Andrew Horrell, who said it was such a good counter-attack. And Nanai Williams is just got amazing speed and amazing ability just to time where he comes into a game and what kind of a difference he makes. Looks like Damien Dalendi might be down there. He was across and making some tackles earlier.
Well, the Stormers medical staff will be most appreciative of the bye that looms next week.
Well, that's right. They started last season with a bye in the first week, which meant that they didn't have one all season long. Now they've had a healthy pre-season, a couple of games, and a break looming. But all the fans who've paid their good money to come and watch some Super Rugby today, a couple of the away fans of the Cheetahs will be delighted with a runaway victory against the Highlanders this morning, and the Stormers fans certainly can't complain about the quality of rugby that's been showcased here today.
It was 26-17 at half-time, 10 points apiece in the second period. It's been a massive improvement from the Stormers scrum today. It took all of 27 or 28 minutes before we got the first scrum of the game.
Well, he's scrapping for every metre here. Heka Elliott wants to get it in quickly. The Chiefs changing
Numbers.
the lineup set up, numbers in and out. Stormers are going to be one more if they're not careful.
And down it comes for Kurbalo. Horrell does really well. Awkward ball for him. Kurbalo, such a vital cog in this unit. The speed of the service and his ever presence at the Chiefs breakdowns.
Just got to watch those blind sides. That Tamo Funa is so strong, and then next thing he flicks it onto her back and they're away.
Now Kane.
It's a big hit.
Tion Liebenberg flying into the tackle on Brodie Retallick. Horrell inside for Cruden. Cover defence holds firm. Now Fitzgerald. Retallick.
Numbers out wide for the Chiefs.
It was a good tackle initially from Pat Cillier. Beautiful offloading from the Chiefs. They're going to go into the corner here. That is a bonus point try. Scored by Andrew Horrell and setting up a nerve-jangling final 10 minutes.
Outstanding hands from the big men. Horrell has been so good when I've seen him play before, but look at this. Retallick takes it up. There were the options outside him, but the little release off the ground here by Kurbalo. He trips. Brilliant work from Ben Afiaki. And it looks like that's a try for all money. No problem with the grounding of the ball. No problem with anything happening on the touchline. And that man Anscombe knows that he could contribute here.
Well, what a vital kick it is as well, with the deficit already reduced to 4 with that try. And curling it, and just inside the left-hand upright. Brilliant from Gareth Anscombe. And the defending champions back within 2.
Oh, an absolutely brilliant kick that, and vital one, so to speak. But again, the Chiefs show they get into the strike zone, they make sure that they get points. And 4 tries away from home, a great bonus point for them to get as well. And Anscombe's kick, I think, just bore out just how difficult it can be kicking in the stadium.
A good take from Tekoera Tuma, and a good chase as well from Gerard van den Heever. Anscombe caught in possession. And Kurbalo looking for touch.
That's a good clearance.
They weathered an early storm, did the Chiefs. Dave Rennie and Wayne Smith next to each other there. Smith, who's brought so much to the defensive effectiveness of the defending champion side, and also just instilling a confidence in this side. They were, after weathering that early storm where the Stormers went ahead by 10.
Traffic, 18. It's creating traffic right under from 18.
So Joe Peterson called up to kick for touch. Stormers a try away from a bonus point already secured by the Chiefs, and they're clearly pulled down by Michael Fitzgerald.
Well, it's not a huge win of territory at all. Stormers with the intent of getting over the line. They mustn't forget to win the match on the way there.
And trying to set them all, that's Nizam Carr.
No, it's not.
In
right
jersey number 19.
Use it once.
The Chiefs have done well to defend and take this maul sideways. And a horrible mess up in midfield from the Stormers. The Chiefs counter-attack again. Nanai Williams quickly back to his feet. And Kerbalo there again. Despite the speed of the counter-attack, just brilliant reader of the play. Well, there's a yellow card coming here, I think, for Nick Crosswell.
We've just spoken about it. He's gone past the ball and he's holding back the player.
Well, Nick Crosswell has given the Stormers a big let-off there, because it was a silly bit of play at the base of the line-out, and the Chiefs, like a rattlesnake on the strike, were turned around and from inside their own 22, with that man Nanai Williams at the helm of the attack, were attacking on the halfway line immediately. Here's Crosswell, he's gone through. He's 19 there. He's come in from the side anyway, and look at him grabbing Chio Aplon and pulling him out the way.
Well, they made another change. The Chiefs, Augustine Pulu on for Tawira Kerbalo.
Well, Kerbalo take a bow. That was a seriously good performance. Remembering all the time that for 10 of the minutes he wasn't even on the field.
Chopping up with the ball.
Yeah, he was the victim of a general team warning. You can't fault the enthusiasm, which led to his yellow card just before half-time. But 14 men it will be for the Chiefs for the closing 5.5 minutes of this match. Becker and Grant. Dion Fourie was the man trying to probe the hole in the midfield. Here's Carr. To Cox Steenkamp. Little isolated at the breakdown, but one back by the Stormers. Double turnover and taken up by the Bears. Grant. Pat Cillier pounced on by Ben Tamefuna. Derlendi. Well, there's some big men out wide here for the Chiefs on defence. But Nanai Williams up to the tackle on Joe Peterson.
On his feet, 17. Away blue! 17 made the turnover, first arrival.
Back it comes for Pulu and away for Cruden. Anscombe. No one back for the Stormers. And the chase is on for Patrick Osborne, but touchline winning the battle. There were two Chiefs chasing that kick. It was Osborne and Horrell.
Well, that's what I was talking about, with a 2-point advantage. Look at the hit there from Nanai Williams. Hasn't he been good for the Chiefs today? And
Tamefuna.
Well, Ben Tamefuna in there. He's a huge man at 137 kilos, but wasn't he nimble? Dived into the area, looked at the turnover opportunity, and stole the ball right out of Joe Peterson's hands. Less than 4 minutes to go here. Stormers desperate for a victory to get their Super Rugby campaign on track. The Chiefs just as desperate to win away from home. Both teams have shown composure in attack. Possibly the Stormers getting the edge in the set pieces, but the Chiefs are running rampant in loose play.
Okay, we'll give it time.
The battle between these two back rows has been something to behold. Fabulous contest. And the Stormers will be well aware that the Chiefs scored with 14 men towards the end of the first half. And Retallick in from the side there. Jaco Paper spotted it. And a new advantage for a penalty. Well, what now?
Look, it's first one to the ball, and I think it was on the three from the side. It's got to change and more time. So you agree? Thank you.
Well, Jaco Paper having a conversation there with Liam Messam. I think he's done that very well. He could have been a little bit hot-headed and gone straight back to the pocket, but he said, hang on, at maul time, 2 players coming in from the side, it has to change. Do you agree? Messon's given him the nod. And you can see there Retallick's come in. He's made no attempt to get behind the feet of the last player, and he stopped the Stormers' momentum going forward. And it's line-out time again. I have almost no doubt that we're going to see some form of driving maul where they Stormers try and push for another penalty in that space. Robbie Fleck having a chat to himself.
Just over 2.5 minutes to play. It's been an absorbing contest. 26-17, the Stormers led at half-time. And botched the line out, the first one on their own throw that they've lost. And the Chiefs will be undaunted by their numerical disadvantage as they look to play from deep in their own territory. Kane with the carry. Tameafuna.
That's a good bit of defense from the Stormers. The Chiefs have got options wide.
And Messon with the carry. And there was no release, says Jaco Paper. The Chiefs have a penalty, which they can kick down into Stormers territory to set out the line out. And then the onus falls onto the Stormers to keep their discipline. It's a brilliant kick from Aaron Cruden, setting a Chiefs line out just outside the Stormers 22. Any indiscretion here?
Well, this was the instance, because that man Dion Fourie was the man who made the tackle. Jaco Paper saying that there was no daylight before he contested the ball.
Well, it's one against the throw. What a time to affect the steal for the Stormers into the final minute.
Use it! Hands of goal.
You don't want to make any penalty mistakes here.
And Peterson clearing to just outside his own 22. Will the Stormers put men in the air once again? Virtually no one has left their seat in the stadium. Pulu, Tekora Tuma. Well, Dion Fourie making a brave attempt over the ball with 10 seconds to go, straight out in front of the Stormers' posts. Tameafuna with the carry. Time is up. Discipline everything. Pulu over the top. De Villiers went up and lost it forward. Scrum advantage. Pulu to the short side. Fitzgerald. Tameafuna losing his jersey, but not the ball in the tackle. Stormers quick to pull out.
Watch for Cruden. He's got
drop
to the pocket.
Here. Cruden with the show of the ball. Gerard van den Heever in. Has Van den Heever made the steal. Penalty to the Stormers.
Well, that's edge of seat stuff.
Liam Messon absolutely furious with the referee and quick to vent his frustration. Joe Peterson boots the ball high into the stands, and an utterly absorbing contest comes to a dramatic close. The Chiefs will move to Port Elizabeth to play the Kings next week, taking 2 bonus points from finishing within 7 and scoring the 4 tries, but the Stormers with their first win of the season with 3 tries of their own. Full time at Newlands, the Stormers 36, the Chiefs 34.